Disclaimer. Hello. For this video, this is the Beyblade X manga chapter review. Now, obviously, support the official release by either buying the Japanese product through any digital means like Amazon Japan, etc. And shout out to my boy Kyo for the translation notes. Now, obviously, also for the Team Extreme Scanslations. Just wait. Whenever that chapter comes out, whenever we're able to drop it, just wait. Anyways, malabays.com, because not only do we have stuff like the entry starter and the December release, but we also have blowout sales going on right now. Like the Beyblade Burst 15% discount blowout sale, and a very specific Beyblade X Extreme sale. If you buy 3 products, 15% off, but very specific product. It is an option to support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. So basically, the main focus in this chapter is Kadovar. Now, this is the owner of Wyvern Gale. Now, essentially, who this person is and kind of their relevance to the plot would essentially be, these are like the guys who run the X Tower. Now, he's not on any specific team, but he is on the pro level. And he has like this special challenge, right? Because their whole point is kind of clearing through these floors and progressing, that you have to survive 30 seconds or beat him. So it's a pretty interesting challenge, though. In real life, let's be honest now, this would have to be shortened to like 10 seconds or something for that to really be like a real challenge. Or maybe 15, I don't know. But either way, Bird gets his ass kicked in the first session. Hellside absolutely gets obliterated. We get introduced to this new machine that's called a Bay Crafter, which is basically how these bays are created in this universe. And basically what Multi confirms, these bays are not an evolution. So Bird wanted to discard Hellside, but Multi's just saying, no, you're just adding more equipment. That means that originally when her statement, when she's talking about evolve, it's like evolve and adapt, right? Not evolve in literal sense evolution. So that means Multi does have 3 bays, not shields gone, and now it's just lance and arrow. You're just adding more equipment. So like for Common X, you would have dagger, sword. Bird, you would have chain scythe, which is pretty interesting to say the least. And I kind of like that idea. Instead of it just being like an evolution, which would feel weird, it's like they already have their pre-existing bay. It's more options for them to use, which fair enough, I guess. And also, Exu speculates that Multi may be rich, and Bird doesn't even have a battle pass with his data. So moving on from there, we get introduced to Burn Fujiwara. Hopefully I'm not butchering any of the names. But basically, their shoot power is so high that their Phoenix Feather 360F just bursts on launch. And afterwards, we see Bird battling. Bird does Chain Blast. Wyvern Gale does... Well, actually, before we even get to what Wyvern Gale does, the art on this chapter is absolutely stellar. I have to say that, honestly, like, Posuka's art absolutely just is so good this generation. She really just has very stunning visuals to look at whenever you're reading these chapters. I really enjoy reading it. Now, Kadovar basically counters back with an extreme dash, flapping wings. And even though Bird lost, because he lasted 30 seconds, that means he wins the challenge, not the battle. He lost the battle, but he won. So technically, that gets negated. But I like that. That's nice progression, right? Because Bird is now getting a bay like a little bit more suited to like a specific style frame. And he's trying to like adapt to it, kind of. And I kind of like that. And obviously, when Multi clears, okay, Exu clears, and because Exu basically got like such a fast time, it was like very difficult to measure his power. But then after Burn, and I don't know how this is gonna get translated for his actual name in localization, Ban, but basically they speed run the time. And they get such a fast time that now they're speculating, will Burn versus Exu be like it's going to be like a good show because they both have such fast times on clearing the challenge. And yeah, overall this chapter was okay. It was a nice little challenge, I guess. And very much just like on like the so-so. We get introduced to a very important character and their team, which they're part of Yggdrasil. Which I'm very curious what other bays there's going to be there. But, you know, aside from that, I have to say that I'm very excited to see where direction goes. And I kind of like the setup of this new character, which I'm very curious once this character debuts in the anime. Very curious to see how they're going to handle them. I feel like there's got to be that character that the anime is going to like increase in quality. Also, Kyo did give me like a little bit of a quote from the manga, apparently of him and his little monologue thing. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kinda love this character already. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm gonna go read this. I'm gonna try to do I'm not a voice actor at all, so I'm probably gonna do terrible on this, so enjoy. Why did God give me everything? Take Beyblade to the next level and evolve it. Feel that. God himself commanded me to do this. Now, he was basically born as the heir to one of the world's leading pharmaceutical companies, expensive Bay machines, pro blader lessons, everything he ever needed was given to him. And since he had such a talent for Beyblade because he was a prodigy, he basically, even the pro bladers that were hired to tutor him were not enough. And I think that is a pretty cool backstory to this character and an introduction to them, now that I have more context. More interesting as you are actually going through the story, and Kyo pointed this out, in chapter, I think it was like 3, you see a building called Yggdrasil, and then after you see the team. So, yeah, fair enough. I actually did not catch this, so it did have some plot relevance. That is pretty cool to actually see some stuff from the earlier... It makes me want to actually reread the earlier chapters to see if there's any foreshadowing for future events that would be occurring. Yeah, because I was actually a little bit surprised by this, like, taken aback. It's like a rich kid. He's also a prodigy. He does Beyblade, so cool. Love the bird boy. And yeah, that's about it. Overall thoughts? I like that at least Bird is treated a little bit less like a gag. Like, obviously, we understand that Bird's gonna keep on losing, but how they lose in the context of the story and how they treat that, I think is important, because I really didn't like these chapters where they treat it as a joke, and I really, really do hope they take this a little bit more seriously, because I think the criticism still stands right now, or it still would stand for the early chapters in the early part of X, for the manga at least. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, God bless Kyo for all the help. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, and that'll be it for now.